Yo, everybody, how you doing? So the NFC East may be more wide open than I ever thought. With the Dallas Cowboys players being arrested, with Kirk Cousins not even wanting to be on the Redskins, we may actually be in a position where, hey, this thing may be way more wide open than I thought. What's up, buddy? How you doing? So, that's what I'm talking about. I got the stinking Dallas Cowboys on against the Steelers. Yo, what's up? Hey, man. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Chris. How y'all doing? I can't help but think about the NFC East today. I just did my NFC East prediction video. Just heard all those nice things about the Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott getting suspended. Big surprise. I got the Dallas Cowboys playing Pittsburgh Steelers on TV. It's time. Dallas is trash and the Giants stink. Sounds beautiful. I need to do a video on this. Cool, definitely. Yo, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Dak could have a Nick Foles problem this year. Bingo, bango. That's what I think's going to happen. Bingo, bango. He's going to have a Nick Foles problem. Wait, how long is Zeke suspended? Wyatt, we don't know yet, but it sounds like the Cowboys are bracing for it. The NFL sounds like it's going to be 1 or 2 games. Cowboys are going to die without Zeke. I think, let's say he gets suspended 2 games, right? I believe the first 2 games on the Cowboys docket is what? It's the Giants at home, and then it's at Denver. That's 2 losses. That's 2 losses. 0-2. Yeah, exactly, Joseph. Now, anybody who's new on my stream, sometimes these questions come so quick you may have to retype. I try to read everything I can. The Redskins weren't finalizing the third anyways, and with Zeke suspended, the Cowboys won't win more than 6 games. Well, look, Kirk Cousins ain't going to sign. He says he's open at the end of the year. But you know what that means, right? In real terms, it means that Kirk Cousins wants out of Washington. He ain't going to be back. And without your leader, your franchise quarterback, not even wanting to play for you. Imagine that. Not even want to play for you. He's set up. They're set up for a loss. Eagles stopped Zeke and Dak for the most part of first game, so I don't think they can beat us. Well, I don't think the Cowboys are nearly what they were last year. I think the sophomore jinx is coming. I think the Cowboys are already sniffing themselves, smelling themselves. Look, they got the quarterback telling people they're going to win the NFC East. They already are thinking they're greater than what they are. They got a rude awakening coming. I love it. I love it. This is great. You know, I think the Giants are still a problem. Kirk Cousins is going to be a Niner next year. Debates. I agree totally with you. Who do you think will have a better career, Dak or Wentz? I think Wentz. I think Wentz is going to have a better year. I think he's going to have a better career. We bet on it. That's why we drafted him. So I have no reason to think otherwise. You know, I think it was a little too easy for Dak Prescott early. Do you think Sidney Jones will play this year? I do not. I'm betting that he won't play this year at all. That's my opinion. Could be wrong, but hey, who knows? I don't think he will. Look here, his Redskins won't have a quarterback. Giants will have a problem with Odell. Cowboys are losing players. NFC is going to be, it may be up for grabs. Look, the Cowboys look like they're in self-destruction mode. Now, I know Cowboy fans are going, what do you mean? This is crazy. But look, you can tell when a team's starting to think that they're a little too great. They got guys getting suspended, getting in trouble. They got their quarterback not signing autographs. They got their quarterback telling people they're going to win the NFC East. This is what I'm talking about. This is the perfect example of smelling yourself. And that means to me that the Cowboys, they're going to take a step back. They got to hit reality. Do you think Sidney Jones will become a top 3 corner? Hunter, I think if Sidney Jones can be healthy and get to 100%, I think in 3 to 4 years he could be. I think he has that much ability. Without a question, I think he has that much ability. He's a very good talent. I mean, let's get through the camp and the preseason injury-free, then I'll concern myself with regular season. Yeah, that's fine, but it's very boring to just think about the preseason. You gotta think ahead. What's score predictions for week 1? between the Cowboys and Giants, especially if Zeke doesn't play. Well, that may be a little too early to guess the points, but if I have to guess, let's guess it. I'm going to say the Giants beat them without Zeke. I say they beat them 28-17. Do you think Offseason will resign with us next year, and do you think he'll be a top 5 receiver, Brett? I think, I don't know. I'm 50-50 because part of me says if he has a good year, they're going to sign him. But then I'm like, well, there's no loyalty there. He never played with the Eagles before. So I'm going to say I'm 50-50 on that as of right now. I don't know. I do think he's going to have a good year, and I do got a feeling that he's going to get through these injury stuff. Now, if he gets hurt again, to me, if he misses 4 games or more, I'm not resigning him. I'm going to let him walk. Because you can't rely on these guys to get injured every year. Look at Matthews. Matthews killed us. Will Carson Wentz be an MVP candidate? I think so, Holly. I'm predicting that he will be in the talk for MVP. You know, I don't know that he'll win it, but I think he'll be definitely a finalist. Need water. So, yeah, I think it's possible. Your favorite all-time Eagles who may not have been a star player? Who may not have been a star player? Well, I don't know. Probably, I would consider him a star. Byron Evans. Dak will get shocked this year. Carson had some problems last year and be ready this year. Yeah, I think so. I think Dak has to learn some of the things that Carson went through last year. He didn't, and I think it's time that he does. Gregory, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? How do you think, I can't pronounce his name, Vaitai Creel will go? I think he will be a solid, he looked great, and I think he's got a lot of talent, definitely. He's a very talented person, and I think that you know, sky's the limit. But as far as like saying what's his career going to be, it's too early to know. How do you feel about Jalen Mills? I think Mills showed some stuff last year. To me, what I liked most about Mills was I thought he didn't lose his confidence. He kept his head up, he kept his chin up, he took the things and the mistakes in stride, and he kept pushing. That's what I liked most about Mills. But, you know, he's still got a long way to go. More contribution as a rookie this year. Gibson or Qualls? Just because I'm biased, I'm going to say Gibson. Jalen Mills was rated as the worst corner in football last season, and he is too slow. First of all, Holly, I've never heard you say anything bad about an Eagle. Ever. I don't know if he's too slow. I think he could play. I did think he would be a better safety, though. I got to tell you. But, hey, I like his attitude. There's too many guys that get, like, they go out, and they have a bad start. They let some big plays off of them. And you know what? They never recover. I thought he kept his head up. And that's what I liked about him the most. Mills can be a starter. I think so. You like him in the nickel. Which offense in the division are you scared of playing NFC East this year? I think for the Eagles, I think the Giants. I think with Brandon Marshall, right, and with that receiving core, they got enough good receivers with Beckham and Marshall, and then you have Sterling Shepard. I think that they're a little bit scary. I think that could be a bad matchup for the Eagles. But the Eagles are in the Giants' head. That's why we're going to sweep them. Rasul and Jones outside, Mills in the nickel. How's that sound? Yeah, I mean, 2 years down the road, it sounds great. Who do you think the toughest quarterback the Eagles will play this year? Let me think about their schedule. So we got the Redskins, the Chiefs, no, right? Then you got the I don't know. I mean, I do like Phillip Rivers. Russell Wilson is pretty good. What's up, buddy? Oh, Derek Carr. That's it. T. Bates. Yeah, that's it. I love Derek Carr. You guys, I wish I had made this video. I wish I had this channel before. I wish I had it before that draft because I was flipping out about getting Carr. The division is going to be tough, and I think the defense will be pretty scary. Yeah, Daniel, it could be. I'm a little worried about that secondary. I'm definitely a little bit worried about that secondary. Yeah, Gregory, $25 million. Dude, I'll play for half, and I'll throw half the touchdowns. But, hey, what are you going to do, you know? I definitely love – I love Derek Carr. Who do you think leads the Birds in sacks this year? Vinny Curry. I don't know. That's a hard one. I actually did a video. I have 2 videos that I've already done. I just got to upload. One of them is on my predictions for the NFC East, and my other one is on a report about Brandon Graham being cut at the end of the year that was in NewJersey.com. I've always been a Philadelphia fan. I'm excited for this year. Me too, buddy. Thanks for joining us, Quentin. I appreciate it. Brandon Graham's leader in sacks. Sean, I would love to see it, but he's never had more than 6.5 in a year. I'm going with Quails or Curry for sack leaders. Yeah, it's hard for me to buy into Brandon Graham getting a lot of sacks, although I think he needs to. How do you think Jason Peters and Lane Johnson will do this year? Great question. I think that the problem is that I'm worried about with Peters is the age. I saw a thing where they said that guys 35 years or older have not played in more than 10 games at the left tackle position since, since 2000 or 2001. So that scares me. But if he's healthy, they may be the best tandem in the league. I'm on my way slowly. It's a slow day today, though. Last couple days have been a little slow. Quails with sack leader, slow down, buddy. Yeah, I know Jimmy Rollins. That's very cool. I hope Barnett can get at least 7 sacks this year. I would be very happy if he could get 7. I think Trey Burton will have a breakout year. I like him, Daniel. I like him as a receiver. I like him offensively. I do. Do you think Barnett will start? I do not. I think Vinny Curry will start. I also think that they may float with putting Barnett behind Graham and seeing what he can do when he gets snaps. But I think to start out the year, I think it's going to be Curry starting. I don't think it'll take long for Barnett to replace him, though, probably. Ertz will have a breakout year. Wentz really likes Ertz. I bragged last year about how Ertz was going to have a breakout year. And then I did it the year before, and then his rookie year, he was one of my big rookie breakouts, and he's let me down all the time. So I can't believe in Ertz. I think it was Hunter asked how old Peters was, or is. Peters is 35 years old, I believe. So, he's a little old. He's old. He's getting up there. But I'll tell you, the surprising thing to me was when they said that they would move him inside to guard. That was a great move. I never even thought of that. That's because I'm a dingbat. A dingbat. Ertz is a top 10 tight end. I don't know. Jimmy Rollins is my second cousin. That's awesome, Sean. That's awesome. Does Sidney Jones remind you of Asante Samuel except a better tackler? Well, he's a little bigger than Asante Samuel. Asante Samuel wasn't a big guy. I think he's bigger. He reminds me of Marcus Peters, and my dad will tell you he reminds him of Troy Vincent, which is a really cool comparison. Will the Eagles win 4 games in the preseason? No, I don't think they will. I think they're going to go 2-2 in the preseason. Is Selleck cut, trade, even play? I think Selleck is here all time. I think he's here all year. I think he's a good, he's a good dude. He's a good dude for the locker room. Yo, Joey Shakes, what's up, buddy? A lot of people sleeping on Eagles. Jernigan and Chris Long seem to be overlooked. Maybe, Jay. Maybe. I love Jernigan. Chris Long, to me, I think you got to watch out for Steven Means. That's the guy I think you have to watch out for. Because I think Steven Means could be very mean. You know what I mean? But that comes from dingbat. Dingbat. What are you going to do? Selleck might retire. Like before the year, T. Bates, you mean, or after the year, after the season? Thing with Selleck is he's a great blocker. He's a great leadership guy. I don't think he costs a lot of money. I think our record will be 11-5. Man, Daniel, if that's 11-5, I would be so happy with that. Do you think the Eagles' O-line and D-line is top 5? I think that the offensive line is just outside the top 5. I think once they can fix that center position, because I'm not big on Kelsey, I think he's too small. I think they could easily shoot up to top 5. They may have the best tackles in all of football, in my opinion. As far as the defensive line, I don't think that they're top 5. I think they're also borderline top 10. But we'll see what the ends do. I love their interior. Where is Jalen Mills at the start of the season? Number 2 Robinson or 1 or vice versa? I think I'm going to say Jalen Mills starts. I think he's on the outside and starts. Thoughts on Nigel Bradham? I thought Nigel Bradham was a really good player last year. I guess he's getting suspended, right? So we're going to have to deal with that. The question is will he get as much of a suspension or more of a suspension than Elliott? Because Jerry Jones is working his magic, and what everybody else will get a 4-game suspension, he'll get like a 1 or a 2-game suspension, because that's what they do for the Dallas Cowboys. They give them what they give them, right? If you're a Cowboy, you got it made. That's why these Cowboys players, they go out and they get in trouble. They get suspended. They start telling people they're going to win the NFC East. They fake autographs because they know they can get away with it. They're the Dallas Cowboys. And that's why we hate them, because they think they're entitled. We only keep Alshon if he has a decent year. Yeah, but just think about that all day, Jay. Think about it. You get rid of all those guys, you're going to have to replace all those guys. Now you have next year all these people coming in the first year playing together. That's pretty tough. Alshon, Le'Veon Bell, Carson with Zach Ertz and the O-line next year, plus Sidney Jones and our defense. Thoughts? Yeah. I did my video earlier talking about a dream case scenario in which somehow the Pittsburgh Steelers don't extend Le'Veon Bell. And that would be my #1 priority for the Eagles. If somehow he got to free agency, because I love Le'Veon Bell. Would you rather have Freeman or Bell? I would rather have Bell, but Freeman would be a nice consolation prize. Can the Eagles even afford Bell if he hits the market? No, they're going to have to make moves. They got 19 guys whose contract is up, so they're going to have to do that. And the talk really is like I said, I read that Brandon Graham might be cut at the end of the year. Do you think Torrey Smith will have a breakout year? It's Deshaun. No, I don't, buddy. I have to be honest with you. I think that he's on the other side. I think he's a great guy, great player, all those things. But I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's going to have a breakout year. I think he's done. If Steelers signing Bell, we need Barkley. Yeah, we need Barkley, but it's like a catch-22, because how do you get him and then be happy about this season? It's almost impossible. But, if Freeman hits the open market next year and leaves Atlanta, yeah, I'll take that. Will the Eagles win a lot of home games? I think the Eagles will do pretty good at home. I do. I think they're going to lose early. I think early is going to be a struggle. I always talk about this. Early is a struggle because they got so many guys that are brand new. It's going to take a while to get going. That's what I think, Yeah, Holly, I like him too. He would be great, Yeah, he is, T. Bates. I need to see more of him. Trade first one and second for Barkley. Man, you're with me. You're big time on Barkley. Hey, me and you, we'll be fighting that fight all year, because I want him too. I'm with you. Patriots rule, the others just drool. Woo! You're a rhymer. I like it. Patriots ruled, everybody else just drools. Yes. I'd say the only reason a wideout does better than Alshon Jeffrey is every time they double Alshon. But what wideout? I don't think any wideout on the Eagles team is going to do better than him, even if they try to double him. If Sidney Jones is the real deal, it's over. Yeah, hey, it's going to take time. Let me tell you, I don't think the Eagles are going to bring him back this year. I would be shocked. I would be shocked. And I don't even think it's smart to do that. Do I want Revis? Not really. I don't. Not really. Sub Philly 500. Hear that Texans rookie Freeman arrested on weapon drug charges. Yeah, I heard that too. My thing is, you're innocent until proven guilty. So the NFL shouldn't be suspending guys or bothering with guys until they get convicted. I hate that they don't do it that way, but hey, but that's what they said. He was arrested. How do you feel about the Eagles in the next 5 years? Thomas, I think the Eagles have a bright future, because the foundation of your team is there with Wentz, right? You got the quarterback. The question is now you got to build around him, and you got to build around him long term. You know what I mean? Hey, buddy, what's up? Le'Veon 16-0. Yeah, that would be nice. Who do you think positions will be next? Or what do you think the position? Who's in real life? You're guilty and proven. Yeah, that's how they treat you, but that's not the way it's supposed to work. It's just we've allowed that to happen. That has nothing to do with football. Flounder tilapia. You want a timeout? I'll give you a timeout today. You want to be a dingbat. None of that. Who leads the team in interceptions this year for the Birds? I think Malcolm Jenkins probably. I think he's a good bet. Eagles will beat Chiefs 19-17. Thoughts? Wow, that would be a huge upset because I look at it like it's hard to go to Kansas City. You know what I mean? It's very hard to go to Kansas City and win. So yeah, I think if they did that, that would be a hell of a victory to start the season. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks for joining us. Do you like Foles as a backup? Yeah. You seen my Foles jersey? That's the last jersey I bought because I always have bad luck. They always leave after I buy it. I love Foles. I thought Foles got a little bit of a raw deal, really, to be honest with you. I thought they could have believed in him a little more, but I'm glad he's back. I think he's a great backup. Hicks lead linebackers in interception. Yeah, I think so. I think he will. Yeah, I know you're kidding, but, you know, I'm not going to answer that today with 50,000 fish questions. I'm just not, you know. When is Hicks' rookie contract up? Yeah, that's a good question. It's either up this year or next year. I don't know. Chiefs game is a typical trap game between the Skins and the Giants games. Yeah, but you can't. That's not no walker. Kansas City and Andy Reid are pretty good. And you go to Kansas City, that's one of the games, that's one of the places I do. There's a few places I want to go watch games. Kansas City is one of them. That's a hard place to play. Who is your best player on defense? Jordan Hicks. Hicks must resign for us. Yeah, you got to have Hicks. To me, I would build my whole defense around Hicks. What are your thoughts on Wentz the 2017 season? Let me give you my statistics for Wentz. I think Wentz is going to throw 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 3,800 yards plus. That's what I think will be. Kansas City is a bad to start off the year, remember? Kansas City is a tough place to play, and it's a tough place. I can't see us going in there and winning. What year will the Redskins change their name? I guess to when the owner dies, probably. Whoever takes over. What's up, Jag? How you doing, buddy? Is Wentz slightly overrated by Eagle fans? Well, it depends. I mean, what are we talking? Like, I don't think so at this point. I don't think Wentz is overrated. No. 20 touchdowns and 20, so you killing me, man. This surprised me. I missed that. Hicks will intercept the Cowboys 2+ times this year. Cowboys killer. You know it, Noah. That's right. I like Wentz better than Dak. Me too. Both quarterbacks just have to prove themselves. True, you got to prove yourselves. But like I said about Wentz before, okay? Like I said about him, he basically went through a lot of things last year, a lot of tough things, you know what I mean? And to see the way he handled himself in those positions made me believe and have a lot of confidence. It wasn't the games like Cleveland that they won or even when they beat Pittsburgh. It was the games they struggled, like Baltimore and those kind of games. The way he handled himself, I think he has the makeup. Now he's just got to apply it, and he's got to apply what he learns on the field. But I think he has it. I really like Wentz this season. I think he could throw 28 touchdowns. 28+ touchdowns would be awesome. That would be really awesome. I have 27. I mean, think about it. Now, anybody know this question? Let me know. What second-year quarterback has thrown 30+ touchdowns? I don't remember any. I mean, Mariota had like 20-something. Winston had 28 or something like that. But I don't remember any second-year quarterback to go and throw 30 touchdowns. So I think like 27, 28 touchdowns is fair. I watch a lot of stuff where Carson missed open receivers last season as well. We'll say, yeah, well, that's footwork. A lot of times that's pressure. A lot of times people realize that pressure up the middle made him uncomfortable. Look how many times Kelsey might be blocking the guy, but he's getting pushed into the quarterback. And that caused a lot of problems. But, you know, look, he's a young kid. He's going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. Dawkins or Manab in the Hall of Fame? Dawkins. I missed it. Which is harder, Chargers away or Cardinals at home? I think the Chargers away is harder. I know a lot of people don't like the Chargers or think that they're that good, but I do. I think that offensively they're a bad matchup for us. I do. Can you explain how we're going to beat the Raiders? No hate, I'm a big fan. Well, look, here's my thoughts on the Raiders. The way I see this whole thing going is the Eagles are on a roll at the end of the year. They're going to start off slow. I think they're going to struggle. But here's what I think is going to happen. I think towards the end of the year, they're going to get confidence. They're going to start playing good. The Raiders, I don't know. They're going to have a really good record. But it's Christmas Day in Philly. Cold out. I think the Eagles win. Big national televised game. That's what I think. Wentz equals Aaron Rodgers. I'll take it. But he's bigger than Aaron Rodgers. But I do think he has some of the same traits. You missed it before. I said, are we looking at daily live streams? Not daily, Nick. Just felt like talking. I was watching the Cowboys on TV. I did some NFC East stuff. Just wanted to come and talk to my peoples. Cardinals always beat us for some reason. T-Bates, I know. I know, they do. And I think we still don't match up well with them. Who do you think the most physical player is on defense? Physical? I'll give Brandon Graham that he's physical. I think he plays hard. I'll go with him, but I would still probably lean towards Bradham or Hicks. Wentz or Sproles, and they're all done. Yep. What did I miss about predictions about it being good for us in the NFC East? What did I miss about predictions about it being good for us? I don't know. What do you mean explain? Thank you, Quinn. I appreciate that. You got to explain that question. Jenkins is better, but McLeod and Jenkins are a really good tandem. Yeah, they're a very good tandem. I agree. How many yards do you predict from Blunt? I think Blunt's going to get about 1,200 yards. Like concerning your title. I don't understand your question. I still don't understand. With the problems in the NFC East with the other teams, it's wide open. So, you're looking at Cowboys who getting suspended. You got Redskins that don't want to play there. It's beautiful. Lions, Cardinals, and Redskins have our number every time. It seems like that. It sure does. Second-year quarterback threw 30 more touchdowns. It was Dan Marino. My gosh, 48. But nobody since then? That's crazy. See, that's all. To go out and think Wentz going to throw 30 touchdowns that's hard. Do we have a better chance of being Seahawks or the Chiefs? I'm gonna say the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs was probably you have a better chance because I'm not a big Alex Smith fan, not a giant Alex Smith fan. Will the line help Blunt this year? Here's what I think, Fishfool. I think that they're gonna have a problem early on because I think that with Kelsey, Blunt's almost as big as Kelsey. So, but I do think a switch will come and then they will, they'll get Warmack in there at the other guard spot, and I think they're going to be dominant. I still don't think Blunt's going to run the ball as much. Maybe you're right. Eagles and Giants are going to have to battle out for East. I think so, Kevin. I'm going to release my NFC East prediction show tomorrow. I'm going to do all the divisions every day. It's going to be another division that will lead to playoffs and my Super Bowl predictions. We're going to drag it out and we'll talk about it. Wentz is Brett Favre too, but man, I would love Brett Favre. I would love Brett Favre, even though when Reggie White went to Green Bay, I hated everything about Green Bay. I was so upset. What was your favorite play the Eagles versus Ravens game? I can't remember the exact plays. If the Giants can block up front, we're good to go. Yeah, well, that's what you guys and who runs the ball for the Giants? Perkins. I still think the Giants need a legit running back. Arizona was beating us because weak linebackers and David Johnson was balling that year. Yeah, and I think David Johnson's going to be balling this year too. And I still worry about, Fitzgerald, and you got to still worry about those receivers. Who is the most underrated player on the Eagles? The most underrated player? I think it's Jordan Hicks. From a national standpoint, it's Hicks, I would say, I would say. Eagles 2017 Super Bowl. That would be awesome. What's up, man? Yo. If we build a lot of momentum before we play Seattle, do you think we can play? Yeah, I think so. Look, when you have momentum's a big deal in football. Confidence and momentum. Look at the Cowboys, how they started off the season last year, right? They won. They got a little hot, right? They got going. They got confidence, and it just built on itself. I think that's a huge thing. Yeah. Don't underrate Perkins. No, I don't underrate him. I liked him in college. The NFL is in the future show us versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That would be cool. Which was the body bag game? which was it was a Redskin Eagle Monday night game. I believe it was 1990. And the Eagles hurt all the Redskins quarterback, a bunch of players. Brian Mitchell had to finish the game at quarterback. It was beautiful. Hicks Pro Bowl this year. I'll do one step further. I think Hicks is a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. To the guys that said Cowboys are done, I think we have a good chance of going to the divisional round because the wild card teams are that stacked. Your opinions? I think we have a chance. I definitely think there's a chance. I think we're going to be in it. I think we're going to go into the last week, and we're going to have a chance. And if we can have that kind of year, I would be happy, to be honest with you. I would be really happy. Body bag game was great, as was the Bounty Bowl. Yeah, sure was. Cowboys fans, keep dreaming. Here's the whole thing. The Cowboys didn't beat the Eagles. They couldn't even run on the Eagles until what happened to Jerome Brown when he died. Then all of a sudden, Emmitt Smith could run. But Emmitt Smith couldn't run on him when they had Jerome Brown. Name 4 players on the Cowboys defense because I can't. That's a good question. Stinky 1, Stinky 2. You have Randy Gregory, and he'll eat, drink, smoke. He don't care. He'll do whatever. You have Sean Lee. You have the kid from the corner they just drafted. Cowboys have no defense. That's true. Chuck Bednarik was the best Eagle of all time. Probably, maybe. But I only can view the guys I see. I only go with the people I've seen because I can't judge who I didn't. My point is the Cowboys' defense is trash. Yeah, it is. Jordan Lewis, I thought that was a good pick. Yeah, I thought it was too. Who was the other corner they got again? The kid, wasn't it somebody from UCLA, the corner? Did they get a kid or was that Washington? I can't remember off the top of my head. I really liked that kid. What the hell is Bradford ahead of Wentz for MVP? Bradford 60 to 1. I don't know, but I'm betting Wentz. Believe me, I'm going to put in some money for that. Jordan Lewis, I think. Yeah. But who's the other corner they got? Eagles with full healthy lineup is a top 6 team? Maybe. Maybe. Have you heard anything from Barnett? No. I mean, I heard that he looked really good in OTAs. I've heard that he impressed the coaches. They like the way he plays, so it looks good for him. Yeah, Awuzie, yeah, he was good. I like the corner the Redskins got. I don't know why his name's slipping my mind. I did videos on him. But McLeod or Jenkins, please answer me, please. Okay, sorry. Jenkins. Is Aguilar from Nigeria? I don't know. I don't know. Do you think Teddy Bridgewater career? I hope not, Sean. I hope not. I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot. I think he'll be back, but it'll take a while. Does Howie get us back a second-round pick next year's draft? We owe ours to Cleveland. I'm going to say he does not. I believe he will not. I believe he will sit on his laurels. You're really behind on your comments. It's delayed, I guess. It's delayed. I'm just letting it come streaming. Sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Let me see if I can speed it up. No, that's it. It's up to date. My last one says Marcus Smith will be MVP this year. Let me see. Yep, that's where it is for me. It's the whole thing's behind. Who is the player on your poster? That's Brian Dawkins. They gave that out at the game at his retirement ceremony. That was given out if you were at the game. Because EDP always makes fun of Aguilar. Yeah, but I don't know where he's from. Do you think Jones should play a little at the end of the season? No. For what? What would be the point of having Sidney Jones? You know what I mean? I just don't understand, I guess, why have Sidney Jones do that. You know what I mean? Aguilar, well, good year. You think so, Noah? A lot of people think so, but I don't know. But I do think that they're going to try. I do think that they're going to try to have him take Matthew's spot. I think they're preparing us for Matthew's leaving. You know? Rather have Eagles win a Super Bowl this year or $100,000. Are you kidding? I'll take the $100,000 because they could win the year after. But I can only get $100,000 once. Hicks or Graham? Hicks. Wentz or Hicks, the better stats for their position? I'm gonna say Wentz, because Wentz is my #1 favorite Eagle and Hicks is my second. It would be good for Jones to play so he could get some experience, play his 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with that, Gregory. I mean, if he's just coming back from injury and he's getting back on a field, trying to play a game that is a lot faster than he knows, he's trying to understand what's going on, and he's worried about Achilles at the same time, it seems like a lot to put on his plate. But if you say, look, sit, rest, follow Malcolm Jenkins around, learn how to do, watch tapes, learn how to be a professional, and then come back and put it on the field, I think would be easier. I hear that Aguilar was doing great in camp. That's what they said, That's what they said, that he was doing great. But they said that his rookie year too, and I bought into it. I'm not going to anymore. Fantasy football, Blunt or Sproles? Probably Blunt, because he's going to get more touches a game. Hicks, Dawkins, Wentz, and Alshon. What was the question? I guess the second part of that question, I'm not sure. I think that the Eagles, it's going to be very interesting. I think the biggest factor for the Eagles is going to be the Giants. They're the biggest thing. Can the Eagles catch the Giants? Because I think the Giants are a good team. That's what that's what I'm worried about. That's my biggest fear in the NFC East is the Giants. I would worry about the Giants more than anybody else. And not when they play the Eagles, but what they do with the other teams. Go Giants. Giants stink. They stink. The Giants stink. Giants are stacked. The Giants are. Hey, look. Giants got to do it now because their window's closing. Who's the most underrated player on the Eagles? Jordan Hicks. As good as we think he is and know he is, the rest of the league don't know he's that good. What is your favorite football team? The Eagles. Giants are not stacked. You'll worry this year when we kill you. Yeah, I don't think so. We're going to sweep you. Eagles got to send a message what? Giants have no running back. True, unless you like Perkins. Will Doug Peterson decision-making cost us games this year? Yes, it will, and it will early. And I think that's going to happen. Vinny Curry contract stinks. I mean, you cut him next year, it's going to cost you $6 million. They're not going to cut Vinny Curry next year. It's going to cost them too much money. So the guy they're going to have to cut, I hate to say, is going to be Brandon Graham. That's what I was reading today. Pretty crazy. You need an Eagles tattoo. Yeah, maybe someday. The Giants will not win more than 8 games this season. Look at Cowboys legend. Look at Cowboys legend. He brings it. He goes right for it. This guy, I love this guy. This guy's more delusional than me. I love that guy. You skipped over my question. You always say that, but I don't think so. I'm doing the best I can. What's up, Spunky? How you doing, buddy? Cowboys legend. He's funny. He says that the Cowboys own the Giants, but they got swept by the Giants. I just don't understand how that is. Cowboys Giants will be 12-4. Dallas will be 9-7. Have a fun year. Gregory, I'm going to put out my predictions for every team, their record tomorrow, and you'll see what I think the Dallas is going to do. Giants 13-3. Keep dreaming. That's delusional. Jim Beam? Have some Jim Beam. Is Alshon Jeffrey more talented than Dez Bryant? No. I don't think that he is. I think Dez Bryant has got a lot more speed than Alshon. I think Alshon has talent, but I mean, I don't think you can put him up with Dez Bryant. I mean, do you guys really look at Alshon Jeffries as like a top 5 to 10 receiver? I think he's borderline top 10 on the outside looking in, but that's if he's healthy. He hasn't been healthy. The Giants are sweeping the Cowboys again. Yeah, I agree. Dez Bryant is pretty slow. But you think he's slower than Alshon Jeffrey? I don't think so at all. Alshon is not a burner. You guys know that, right? He's not a burner. He's not a burner. Dez has got enough speed. I think Alshon is the kind of guy that's going to beat a guy one-on-one. Dez is overrated. He sucks. You say that because you have Odell Beckham. I don't think Dez is overrated. I don't know. I like Dez Bryant. I mean, I don't like him personally, but I think he's a good talent. Philly 5, you know that's not true. Ain't no Giants sweeping us. Boy, where's my broom? I brought a broom. I was going to bring a broom. Say, if he comes on the show, I'm bringing the broom out and showing him how the Giants are going to sweep the stinking Cowboys. They're going to sweep you because they're in your head. They got your number right now. That's what I think. What should you eat for dinner? Eat raviolis. Alshon is not a burner, but he still has size advantage. Yeah, he does. Look, he's definitely got size, but, you know, he doesn't have a lot of speed in terms of stretching the field. That's what I really wanted with Brandon Cooks, was somebody that would take that top off and then come back with a one-year contract like Alshon. But, look, Alshon is he's going to help the Eagles dramatically. Don't confuse my statements. He's going to help them dramatically. He's going to be a big influence on them. Don't forget a fumble, Jim. A fumble, yeah. Giants fans, they think they're sitting pretty. But the more time that goes, maybe it's the closer we're getting this season, my delusion's kicking in. But I'm thinking like, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we get you. I know Alshon isn't really fast, but he's a deep threat and he can go get it. That's true, Holly. I agree. I totally agree. You know, you can get him in one-on-one coverage, let him go up with two guys. He can go up, but he did it to us in week 2, didn't he? Last year, didn't he do that? You're just scared of the blue. I'm not scared of blue. The Giants will take advantage of Dallas' depleted secondary, and in two shootouts, maybe. I think if for some reason, right? Let's say we go to week 1. If we went to week 1 and you said, "Yo, Philly 500." In week 1, Dallas will beat the Giants. It's going to happen. My whole opinion of the Giants season changes. I think they stink and they can't win. I think the Giants got to sweep Dallas or we're winning the division. The Giants are the last thing the Eagles are scared of. Yeah, that's right, Eagles speed. We're going to sweep them. But I still think that right now they're probably the toughest team we have to worry about against other teams and overall record. You know, Super Bowl predictions. I didn't make any yet, but I'll have a video on that. I'm saving that for my video. Giants don't even worry about the Eagles. Giants are scared of Eagles. What are you talking about? You got diapers and you're all changing your underwears because they're scared. Because they know the Eagles sweep them and we ruin your season all the time. And it's going to happen again. The Giants are going down. I mean, you can mark 2 losses right there. I don't care if the Giants went 14-2, the 2 losses will be the Eagles. The Dallas defense got worse since they signed Nolan. Yeah, anytime you add Nolan Carroll, you have just made your defense worse. So you guys can have him. I think it's great. Until we beat them, I was afraid of the Redskins. Yeah, well, Redskins are in our heads right now. The Giants do not have an offense. They don't have an offense. The Giants don't have an offense. But they have 2 wins on you guys. I love it, man. This guy, he's awesome. He's so delusional. I love it. Those tackles of the Giants are going to struggle. Yeah, I think so. Even Max Kellerman admitted that the Eagles are a thorn in the Giants' side. They are. I mean, just think about some of the games that the Eagles have beaten the Giants, right? You had the Miracle of the Meadowlands. Then you had the Kai Simmons field goal. Then you had the Deshaun thing. It just doesn't seem to matter. The Eagles are always going to beat the Giants some way. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Raiders, huh? Raiders are tough. Raiders are scary. And I kind of want to see the Raiders knock off the Patriots. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little sick of the Patriots. And, I mean, it's no secret that when you look at the Patriots, you got to wonder, how the hell you beat them? You know what I mean? I don't know. They're scary. And then they added the guy I wanted. The guy I wanted the most was Brandon Cooks, and they got him. You know? Kellerman should stay the boxing now. Maybe. Miracle at the Meadowlands number 3. Yep. Carr versus Wentz is going to be fun. Yeah. In my prediction, T-Bates, I have that game being like a shootout, like a 34-31 type game. I really think it's going to be like that. Giant fans are a joke. Giant fans are so similar to Eagle fans, it's not even funny. It's like if you had two twin brothers or just one guy, and then there's two roads, right? And one road is 4 Super Bowls, and one road is no Super Bowls. And it's the same person, but they go down different roads, or he goes down different roads. That's the way the Eagle and Giant fans are. They won a couple, so they're a little nicer. We're a little crankier. Double Burn and Marshall. Yeah. I think, Jim, you're drinking a little bit too much Jim Beam with the Giants. I think you're a little delusional too. See what I'm saying? The NFC East full of delusional people, except for the Redskins, because they're just beaten down. They're beaten down. They don't even get excited about the season anymore. You know what I mean? I don't even think they get it. What kind of music do I like? All kinds. Skins suck. They do. I mean, they're whatchamacallit don't even want to play for him. I love you too, Mike. Do you think San Fran will ever have a way better year than last? Maybe. I think maybe. Definitely. It could happen. Definitely. I know more Eagles fans in D.C. area than Redskin fans. Yeah, and I used to live in the D.C. area. I used to live in Montgomery Village, in Gaithersburg, out that way. And you know what? There used to be a ton of Redskin fans, and they used to be super, super rowdy. They used to act like the NFC East fans of the Giants and the Cowboys and the Eagles. Now, they're gone. I don't know where they are. They've disappeared. They're in a hole somewhere. They're in a hole. No Redskins here. No. Look, I do video. Everybody does videos. Do videos against the Redskins. Like, trash the Redskins. You won't even get a response. I can't even get a response. You live in New Jersey? Cool, man. What's your dream O-line? I don't know. Cowboys go 8-8 this season? You'll find out tomorrow. But you're close. Zeke should get 6-game suspension. Yeah, he'll never get a 6. You'll never get a Cowboy fan, a Cowboy player, I should say, will never get a 6-game suspension because Jerry Jones has sway. So if, let's say, an Eagle or a Giant, let's say they would get a 6-game suspension, it'll be a 3-game suspension for a Cowboy. It's the satanic star. That's what Satan does when you sell your soul to the devil. Do you think Jeffrey can live up to the hype? Whose hype? I mean, the way people are building him, if they're building him up as a top 3 wide receiver in the league, no. But if they think he could be, like over 1,000 yards, maybe 9 to 10 touchdowns, no, I think he can do it if he's healthy. Mayweather or McGregor? Mayweather. You're crazy. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. He ain't talking to me. Because I got the broom. Eli goes back, interception machine. He's always been. That's true. That's true, Rip Little. That's true, buddy. Is Zeke overrated? I don't think Zeke is overrated. I think Zeke is a stud. And I actually wanted him before I knew we had a chance to get, a quarterback. I think Zeke is a stud. But he's, a little goofy. Cowboy legends, you haven't won in 30 years. The Cowboys haven't won in a long time. I can't imagine. I don't even understand how Cowboys who never saw a Super Bowl can be like, we won all these Super Bowls when they didn't even see it. Eli's interception machine with 2 Super Bowls, MVP, I'll take it. Look, Eli, say what you want about Eli. All I know is that he went into Green Bay. He went into Dallas. He did it twice. You got to give a guy credit when he do it twice. I mean, look. They beat the Patriots were 16-0, and he won. You got to give him credit. Eagles ain't won at all. Yeah, I know. Not once. I know. But that's all you got. Before they got drafted, Zeke or Cook? Oh, Zeke. When was the Eagles playoff last? The Eagles' last playoff win was like 2008, the year we lost to the NFC Championship game against the Cardinals. So the year Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, that's our last win. That's our last win. And I do get upset about that. Okay, that gets me pissed off. You know who I blame? Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman took over at that point. It's been crap since. Crap. Is Selleck the most underappreciated Eagle of all time? I don't know that he's the most underappreciated. I will still put underappreciated, undervalued Byron Evans for me. But Selleck is definitely up there. You know what I mean? We need to invent a time machine to bring the Cowboys fans from 90. Yeah, well, hey, look, I guess at least they got the internet. They probably can go watch those old Dallas Cowboys Super Bowls. So that, I mean, that's good. I mean, that's good for them, but you know, it ain't the same anymore. I think the Cowboys defense will surprise us all. They just need to stay healthy. Possibly, Carlos. I can't say no, but we'll see. The Eagles won championship when leather helmets were... I know, but does that... And they don't even count for a Super Bowl. Will Carson Wentz make the Hall of Fame? Oh, man, that's too early to say. I think that he has the internals and he has the little things that he could do. But will he? I don't know. What a move by Howie Roseman that he didn't make, that he should have made. Now, you tell me. That draft, in my mock draft, you would all loved it. You would have loved it. Cowboys defense won't succeed with so many young players, and some won't even be good. Maybe. The best team in NFL history was the 2007 Patriots, and guess what? The Giants beat them. I don't believe that they were the best. I believe you still got to give it to the undefeated Dolphins. The Dolphins did the whole thing. They were undefeated, and they won the Super Bowl. You got to win a Super Bowl or it don't count. So, to me, the Giants defeated them. Dak Prescott holds 10 records from his performance last season. He also holds a record for the most autographs that were not signed by him, apparently, too. He stinks. Dak Prescott's got to come back to earth. Come back, Dak. Come back. Make it a song. He thinks they're going to win the division. When he said that, guaranteed Cowboys lost the division. Are you trusting the process with Joe Douglas? No, because here's the thing, Sean. I don't believe Joe Douglas is making the decisions. I believe he's the front man. That's what I think. I believe he's the front man. So Howie Roseman is making it. Howie Roseman has set it all up. It's Howie Roseman's show. What's up, Adrian? Yo, Adrian from Bitter Birds is joining us. What's up, buddy? Odell Beckham Jr. holds the record for the best first 3 years in the league for a receiver. Yeah, he does. Take another sip of your Jim Beam. He sure does. Don't worry, the Giants D the first week will bring crashing down to earth like immediately. Yeah, it might. Your commentary is hilarious. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Eagles need to play games first and build chemistry. There will be losses before there will be major successes. Yeah, Beard, I agree with you, man, because when you have so many new guys, I mean, you got 2 new receivers, you got a new running back. I mean, you got a lot of new guys that have to learn to play together. And I think that they're definitely going to struggle early. That's my whole prediction show was based upon them struggling early. It's going to happen. And we're going to lose some games that normally we wouldn't lose. That's what I think about the Arizona game at home and the Chargers game on the road. Because it takes time. I totally agree with that. I think people are underestimating how important chemistry of a team is. That's why I don't believe the one-year deals can work in the NFL. So the Eagles, all additions will make more experienced Wentz and Doug only win more games. Maybe they make you win a lot of games, but think about this, right? Let's say you win a lot more games this year and then you lose everybody, and then you drop. I would rather be better in the 3rd year and 4th year and 5th year, be secure, than blow up my stats for the 2nd year. Last season, the bye week and Johnson killed our season. It did, yeah, sure did. And I think the lack of adjustment from Doug Pearson. Chemistry is very important. It really is. That's what worries me the most about the whole thing. Is when you have all these new guys, they got to learn to play together. Sometimes the teams, when you see these teams like the Eagles did the Dream Team, and Redskins have done it in the past, and other teams have done it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work partly because nobody's ever played together before. I was at the Big 3 thing, Sean, so, okay, he's telling somebody else. The Eagles roster is better than 8-8 schedule isn't tough to me. The Eagles roster is better than 8-8 schedule isn't tough to me. It's not always about how tough it is. It's a lot of new things coming together. Cowboys have great chemistry, especially when they are shooting themselves up with drugs. Yeah, I mean, look at what's his face. He'll eat it, he'll drink it, he'll smoke it, he'll sniff it, he'll breathe it, and he don't care what it is, he'll do it. Man, Randy Gregory. Whew! Would you mind Deuce as our offensive coordinator? I don't know. I mean, if they think he's ready to be an offensive coordinator, I kind of like Frank Reich. I kind of want to see Frank Reich call plays, to be honest with you. I would like to see him call plays. Eli is the ugliest quarterback in history. I don't know. Giants D shut down the Packers in the first half of last year's playoff game. The second half, they tired because they were on the field on offense. Maybe, but they lost. In the end, you lose. 9 Cowboys win this year. Ha! That's great. Cowboys are going to retire Greg Hardy's jersey. They should. I mean, he was like the perfect cowboy, wasn't he? Eagles have a chance to make something really special. If we can win 12 games, win the division, make a run, we can show we got the Super Bowl. Long shot, right? 12 games is really hard. I'm thinking more like 9-7, right? Like you go 9-7, and you maybe go into the last week of the season against the Cockroaches, and we beat the crap out of Dallas. Beat the crap out of Dallas. And then things fall in a way that you sneak in a wild card, something like that. That's what I expect from the Eagles this year. That's what I would like to see. Something like that where they sneak in. I think 12-4 is impossible. It's too hard. Who would be the biggest bust of the first pick of the draft ever? Who would be the biggest bust? Who would be the biggest of the first? I have to think about that for a while. Loved the Eagles when Reggie played. Reggie was awesome, you know. Reggie was definitely awesome. Eagles ain't winning 8 games. In fact, it looks like they'll be 7-9 again. Yeah, I don't know. It don't look like the Cowboys are winning 8 games. And where's the broom? Anybody got a broom for the Cowboys? Because they think the Giants just swept you. And maybe the Eagles can sweep you. You never know, you know. I have the Cowboys 9-7 because of their schedule. Well, yeah, and think about this. If Elliott for some reason gets suspended, if he gets suspended and if he gets suspended, they're going 0-2. If they go 0-2, their season's over. I'll tell you what I think they're finishing tomorrow. We don't play Green Bay, we play Chicago. Cowboy fans know more history-related topics. They need History Channel subscription. Well, that's because their whole life is history because they haven't won anything since. All they got is the past. See, the Eagles don't win nothing, so we don't have the past, so we're always looking ahead in the future. You know what I mean? And that's great. We are future people. Cowboys letting for you are very delusional. He said you're delusional. Delusional. You're right, Hollywood. Love Eagles when Reggie played against Eric Williams, right tackle, Cowboys. Yeah, that's because he whipped them up. Actually, Eric Williams did a pretty good, okay job. He couldn't stop Reggie all the time. Nobody could stop Reggie White all the time. It's impossible, but Eric Williams did a pretty good job. For somebody, I thought he did a pretty good job. We're coming out of the East this year. Fly Eagles. There you go, Philly boy for Texas. I would love it. I would love that. I love to see it. And I love your throwback stuff. I love your throwback hats, by the way. I love the throwback Eagles stuff. I just do. I want Kelly Green back in my life. I want it back in my life some way. They're not going to come back with the old stuff, but like just something, make something new. It's a new time with Wentz. I don't see why we don't update our jerseys. Cowboys, Giants schedule a little tougher than ours. I don't know. I have to think about that. Yeah, man. Norman has Odell Beckham Jr. Oh, yeah? I think Josh Norman's overrated. I think he's overrated. I do. I don't think he you know. Fly Eagles, fly. Don't be a I'm King Dingbat. King Dingbat here. Eagles are the Browns of the NFC East. Yeah, but we beat you. I mean, that's pretty sad, right? You're the Giants, the great Giants, and you call the Eagles the Cleveland Browns of the NFC East, but we beat you all the time. So why are the stinkiest team that stinks, that can't beat nobody, do nothing good, why they beat the Giants all the time? Why they beat them? Because the Giants stink. Janoris Jenkins has Des Bryant number. Oh, maybe. You Giant fans, you know, the more I talk to the Giant fans, the more I'm starting to think you're just as delusional as the Cowboy fans and the Eagle fans, too. I gotta say. No, Giants ain't doing nothing. Who is the Eagles' best player other than Wentz? Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks is my number 2 guy. And then I would say probably Lane Johnson. I love Jordan Hicks. I do. Fletcher Cox is going to be the best player. Maybe. He's got to have a better year than he did last year, especially when he's making like $20 million a year. Dallas' last big year was 96. Good grief. Yeah, I bet a lot of you weren't even born. Who else excited to see Foles in preseason? Yeah, sure, why not? Hicks is the real deal. I believe Hicks is going to be, he may win it, but he's going to be one of the top contenders for Defensive Player of the Year. I think Hicks is that good. I really do. I think he's that good. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. You take care. Thanks for coming on. Alex McAllister wreaking havoc this year. Maybe. What's up with our rookie cornerbacks? Our rookie cornerbacks, look, Sidney Jones needs to heal and be 100%. I love what I hear about Russell Douglas. I love it. But he is going to be a rookie. He's going to go through his learning curves. But I'm very high on both of them. Is Jordan Matthews going to be number 2 or Torrey Smith? I think Torrey Smith will be on the outside. I think you're going to see Matthews in the slot. And I think that they're going to try to fade him out and put Aguilar in. I know that sounds crazy, but I just get the sense of the Eagles. The way I know the Eagles are. They're already setting us up with all this Aguilar talk because I can't buy into this Aguilar stuff. I can't do it. I cannot buy into it. Jordan Matthews is going to break. Man, I hope so, T-Bates, because I don't want to lose Jordan Matthews. I actually like him. I mean, I think he's a little slow, but I like him. And I would like to keep him. You know what I mean? Tony Romo will commentate one of the Eagles-Cowboys games, still break his color because the Eagles. Yeah, he will. He will. And he'll talk about how great the Cowboys are. I can't stand the Cowboys. I was born a few months after the Cowboys' last Super Bowl. So you're our good luck charm, Holly. You got born, they haven't won since. You better be eating good food. You better exercise. You better live as long as you can because they ain't going to win as long as you're around. You need to live 200 years. 1993. Man, you guys are young. I was in high school in 1993. What? That's right. I was tearing it up in high school, too. Man. Actually, I had a report one of Romo's problems were being too hard on the team, so that will be fun. Maybe. It's going to be weird seeing Romo. It's going to be weird seeing him, be an announcer. But don't you always notice the Cowboys always get these jobs, right? You got the NFL Network where Jerry Jones runs or owns. You see Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders. It's always Cowboys. Then you get Aikman and Moose Johnson, and they get jobs. And now Romo gets a job. It's because they're Cowboys. This is what I'm talking about. They're satanic. They wear that stupid star. You're tearing up a meatball sandwich. What? He said something about meatball sandwich. I want Cutler to announce. I don't even know if Cutler would talk. Do you think Doug Pearson is on the hot seat? I personally do. And I know that they're not going to say it. You're not going to hear it. But my sense with the Eagles is, okay, this is just my conspiracy theory. And I'm a conspiracy theorist type of person. But I just got this feeling by the way Doug Pearson was so, not even around during the draft. They barely even talked to Doug Pearson. You didn't hear really from Doug Pearson during the draft. I just think that's odd. Most teams you hear from the head coach. I think they want him gone. I think they want Harbaugh long term. I do think that Peterson is on the hot seat. I really do. Do a show just on Aguilar. Adrian's were through the roof. Doug is elite. Doug Peterson is elite? I don't think he's elite. Did you know that Jordan Matthews' cousin or uncle is Jerry? Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I heard that. I hope he works with him. Does he talk to him? That would be good if he did, because we need him to be like Jerry Rice. 2 playoff wins since 1996. That's pretty bad. Wow, besides the Giants, the NFC East sucks for winning Super Bowls. Yeah, I mean, what? Wait a second. I mean, I'm not a Cowboy fan, but what do you mean? You mean like in the last 30 years? Because, yeah, nobody's really won it. I mean, the Redskins have gone to hell. Dallas, they've had bad luck. The Eagles have made some stupid moves. And, yeah, the Giants have. Giants have won. And that's what you need a quarterback for. Not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to talk shit, but the Eagles will not really be a good team until you all replace your head coach. I'm not going to argue with that. I believe that the coach and lack of stuff I like about the coach will be negated by the quarterback, Carson Wentz, who I love and think is an elite franchise quarterback. But I am definitely got my questions about the coach. I definitely don't trust the coach, and I'm definitely worried about it. So it doesn't offend me that you say that. I kind of see where you're coming from. If we're going to be honest about, I don't trust him. They're waiting for Andy Reid. Yeah, well, they're going to wait. He just signed a 5-year extension. Do you think Deuce gets his offensive coordinator after this season? I don't know. If he does, then it's probably not going to be with us unless Peterson's gone. Because, well, I mean, maybe Frank Reich takes another head coaching job, but I don't know. I would say it's coming for Deuce, but not yet. The Eagles are an embarrassment in the NFC East, but we beat you twice all the time. Well, last year we didn't. Oh, I forgot. But we beat you every other time. I mean, why the hell can't the Giants tackle a guy when he picks up a blocked field goal? What can't you do? You guys don't have no special teams defense. Why would you punt to Deshaun Jackson? That's dingbat time. That's dingbats. We beat you because you're dingbats. Sorry, it's got to be said. Yeah, wasn't Doug just awful how he won against Atlanta, Pittsburgh, dominant? Yeah, but what about all the other weeks that he lost? What about after going? I mean, look, Doug started 3-0. Then Doug went 4-9. 4-9 is nothing to be proud of. You can't beat. We're gonna beat the Giants this year twice. You can mark that down as guaranteed. I don't like Jason Garrett either. Not a good coach. Jason Garrett has survived a lot longer than I thought he would. He's a survivor. I'll give him that. And was he coach of the year last year? I can't remember. You know, you got to give him some credit because, hey, I can't wait for you to eat crow. Yeah. I may be eating a lot of crow this year, by the way. A whole lot of it. I have to eat Dallas crow. I may have to eat Giant crow. I may have to eat Eagles crow. I may have to eat other crow, whatever else I said that people probably remember that I don't. But I may be eating a lot of crow. I think Doug is a good coach. Hey, I hope you're right, but I have my concerns. But my concerns don't mean I'm not giving him a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. I will give him a chance. Eagles beat Giants twice, and the Giants win another Super Bowl. I'm good with it. Yeah, have another sip. The Giants will go 5-1 East. I don't think so. A matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now, the Giants, I can guarantee, I'm making a prediction, the Giants will be swept by the Eagles. So that's already 2 losses. 2010 was your favorite season so far? Not mine. That was the Vic year, right? I have concerns to it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely do, you know. Doug Peterson has a lot to show me. But look, see, people sometimes confuse when I complain about a guy or I complain a video or I say I don't like this player. Doesn't mean I'm not rooting for him or I'm against him. I'm not. I'm just telling you what I think. You know what I mean? When was the last time that we lost to the Giants? Last year. We lost last year to the Giants. But before that, it was like, it had been a long time. It's been a while. Giants O-line is trash. Yeah, it is. You guys have the worst wide receivers in the East. You think we still do? I don't know. I mean, what's so good about the Redskins wide receivers? I'll say your receivers are better than us. Yeah, maybe Dallas, but I don't think the Redskins are. Eagles are like the Browns, Bills, Vikings, depressing franchises. I'm not depressed. I'm not impressed. You depressed? I'm not depressed. Not worse than East anymore. Nope. The one crow I want you to eat is about Derek Barnett. Yeah, a lot of people want that because I flipped out when he got drafted. And I warned the Eagles not to draft him. And if you probably go back further than that, you're going to see Brandon Graham crow stuff that's probably set up. I may eat crow all year. I'll be in a suit and a tie eating crow. I don't think so, but it could happen. It could happen. You never know. You never know. But I don't know. You seem cool. You don't take the truth personal. No, I don't take it personal. It's not personal. It's fun. Look, you're Giant fans. I respect you. I respect all fans of all different teams. We all love our teams. It's all NFL. It's fun. I don't take it personal. But I like to talk crap. I like to have fun with it. But I don't take it. Some people do. Some people get really mad. Some people wanted to fight me before. And those were Eagle fans. people take it personal, but you know, to me, it's not personal. It's just fun, and you can't get mad at people because of their opinion. Barnett was the safest pick. That's why we picked him. I didn't think he was the safest pick. I thought O.J. Howard or Hooker were the safest picks, in my opinion. I would have took both those guys. Doxson is a bust. We'll see. Redskins are relying on him heavy. Football's an escape from the world. Yeah, it is, you know. Giants running backs are trash. Yeah, they are. Perkins, I guess, right? Adrian gets... Dude, I'm a Dallas fan, but this dude is great, dude. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, Jeremy. Perkins will do great this year. I don't know. You think he's going to do great? I don't know that he's going to do great. See, you Giant fans are as delusional as us. You're just thinking because he's a Giant. I think he's okay. I don't know. Giants, we'll see. The Giants' strength to me is their wide receivers, man, and your defense. I like your receivers. The receivers scare me, especially with our secondary. You got Marshall and Odell Beckham, and then you have Sterling Shepard. That scares me, man, because the Eagles can't handle that. If the Giants try to come out and run against the Eagles, they're going to lose. But if they come out and they pass, you have a chance. Just come out and throw, and you have a shot. You know, that's what I would say. Cole Beasley and Terrence Williams aren't better than Matthew Smith and Aguilar. Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams aren't better than Matthew Smith and Aguilar. I'm not going to say anything about that because I don't understand the Torrey Smith stuff. I think he stinks. I mean, good, nice guy, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's that good. Giants do have the best receiver, and they have a scary wide receiver. I mean, you think about it, really, the Giants should beat us because they should match up well against us, but they're not going to. They're going to actually sit there. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, cruising. But they're actually going to try to run and try to play the Eagles game with the Eagles, and they're going to lose. Just weird things happen with the Giants and Eagles. They're just bizarre stuff. I mean, really bizarre. I remember watching a game and they showed a shot of a fan and you saw the guy's watch dropped down the stadium. Weird things happen. Barnett for the Eagles, Charlton for Cowboys. What's your choice? Charlton. Give me Taco Charlton. I thought I missed the live stream. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Eagles allowed the least amount of yards to tight ends last year. I mean, yeah, well, we got Hicks. Ingram doesn't scare me. Tight ends don't scare me. The wide receivers scare me. Slot receivers scare me. Those scare me. Blunt was so cheap for how good he was. Yeah, he was a great bargain. Barnett is better than Taco. You go back and watch my video on Derek Barnett. Look, from where Taco was taken, I thought that was a good place. Where Derek Barnett, in my opinion, I thought Barnett went too early. I thought Malik Hooker, I thought O.J. Howard were the two guys, and even Reuben Foster, you know. Ingram isn't really a tight end. He's faster than Odell Beckham. Yeah, he's just fast. You know that already the best covering tight end. Yeah. Anyone with a pulse against our secondary scares me. Yeah, that's true. Our secondary is scary, and I think a lot of people. Wait, Taco Charlton was a reach. Everyone projected Barnett. I didn't project Barnett 10 to 50. I had Barnett about 25 to 32. But I had Malik Hooker top 10, and I had O.J. Howard top 10. So in my opinion, you had two top 10 guys. And here's the thing. The reason why they both were still on the board was because the Titans took Corey Davis, and the Chargers took Mike Williams. That's where those two guys were slotted by a lot of teams to go. And that's why that they fell to them. And that's what I would have... That's what I would have done. You know, did you think Eli Apple was cousin? I didn't know that. Who are the Rookie of the Year candidates? I think you're gonna have Mike Williams, Corey Davis, and Leonard Fournette. And I think the winner is going to be Leonard Fournette. I think Leonard Fournette's going to win Rookie of the Year. And I actually think Jacksonville is a sleeper team that people are laughing at. And, you know, and that's a tough division. I think it's a lot tougher division because I think Houston's also a sleeper type team. But I think that they're going to surprise people with that running game. Oh. Reuben Foster's my choice alongside. Yeah, Reuben Foster's a stud, but I was worried about his knee, his shoulder. OJ and Hooker didn't have a place while the Eagles are looking to trade Curry. Eagles are looking to trade Curry. Nobody's going to take Curry with that money. Here's what I would have done. And for those that haven't heard before, I would have traded, and this is probably going to piss a lot of you off, but I would have traded Zach Ertz. I would have traded Ertz to New Orleans for Brandon Cooks. I was still got my one-year deal, Alshon. Then I would have turned around and I would have drafted O.J. Howard. He would have fallen to the Eagles. It would have been beautiful. And if you didn't like that and you took Malik Hooker and drafted Sidney Jones in the second, can you imagine Sidney Jones and Malik Hooker, your secondary for years to come? I mean, that's how you become dominant. You always take the best player on the board. That's my opinion. Yeah, Colby Fleener. I think Zach Ertz with New Orleans, with the way New Orleans uses tight ends, would be great. I think Fleener's not as good as Ertz. Would you be the GM for the Eagles? Yes, I would, and we will win championships. I promise you. When I build a record here on YouTube with things I've said over the years, you're going to get to see what I'm talking about. I think Barnett will be a beast, unfortunately. Well, I hope so. I wasn't high on him. I still think he could be good, but I wasn't high on him. But look, like I said, if I don't like a guy, or if somebody's not my choice, or if I say something against him, doesn't mean I'm not rooting for him. I want Derek Barnett to go out and have 15 sacks and be the greatest player. I want him to be better than Reggie White. I'm rooting for him, but that wasn't my pick. You know what I mean? Barnett will kill Manning. I hope so, Noah. Let him. Take that. That's Eli Manning. I still think it was great when Deshaun ran that touchdown back and Coughlin was sitting there, right? And he started yelling at his punter. I'll never forget that. There you go, Spunky. Get me a job. I need a job. Give me a job. I want a job at the Eagles. I would love it. I would go in there and say, where's Howie Roseman? Where's that dingbat, Howie Roseman? Get the hell out. Get out of here. That's what I would do. First thing. Eli doesn't miss games. Yeah, he doesn't miss Mitch Muss. You're such a great... Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. No homo. I get it. Thank you. Barnett plays young boy football. Now he's a man league, so I don't know. Look, I'm rooting for Barnett. I'm rooting for him. What scared me about Barnett was... Like, I was listening to, I forget the guy's name. It was a SEC coach, and he was saying that Barnett's success has come in the SEC against their tackles who aren't that good, and that he was worried that Barnett wasn't explosive enough or athletic enough for the NFL. Now, this is what an SEC coach said that scared me. It was on the radio. I forget who it was, but when I went and said, let me go back and look, and I started looking, I was like, yeah, you know, it does scare me a little bit. That was my big fear of Derek Barnett. You know? Say it again, Howie stinks. Howie stinks! Carr is better. Carr is better than who? Would you bring back Chip Kelly or keep Howie Roseman for 20 more years? Oh, my God. I don't know. That's a hard question for me. Because I'm counting, I have like a calendar that every day I pull off, and I'm like one day before Howie's gone. Who is better, the Black Alex Smith or Wentz? Who's the Black Alex Smith? I don't know. Who's that? Alex Smith? I don't know. I don't know who that is. You gotta tell me who it is. I don't like Alex Smith. I'm not a fan of Alex Smith. I don't like him because I don't think he's got a good enough arm. But, you know. Barnett looks 28, not 21. You agree? To me, Barnett looks like... Barnett looks exactly like... what's it say? Like Brandon Graham. He is like Brandon Graham. Okay, Dak Prescott is Alex Smith. Oh, I think Dak Prescott's better than Alex Smith. You know? DJ, I wouldn't even... Yeah, that's pretty bad for me to even think about. I think Dak is... No. You got to give him credit. I can't not give the guy credit. I think Dak is better than him. I think he may be a little McNabby, you know. Chase Daniel or Matt McLaurin. Matt McLaurin. I hate Chase Daniel. Alex Smith is actually fast as hell. Yeah, he is. He's very fast and he can run the read option, but he doesn't have a strong arm. And that's what really bothered me and scared me when Doug Peterson was like going, you know, Carson Wentz reminds me of Alex Smith. He reminds you of Alex Smith? Really? That's a compliment? That ain't a compliment. For your second overall pick, and you're happy he's Alex Smith, and then he's running Wentz in read options. You shouldn't run Wentz in a read option. That's not Wentz's game. Wentz is a big arm gunslinger. Let him throw the ball. Okay, comparing Dak to McNabb is not the best comparison. Well, but he reminds me of him in some ways. He only throws into wide open windows. He doesn't take chances. Yeah, that's true. Andy Reid will eventually eat Alex Smith. He might get hungry on a long night, especially trying to game plan, probably for the Eagles. Maybe he'll eat Alex Smith and we'll get an advantage. His body reminds you of McNabb. Yeah, kind of. I think he's a little taller than McNabb. So Dak will lose 4 NFC. Yeah, probably. And he'll throw up in a Super Bowl. How about that? That'll be something. He just reminds me of him, the way he throws the ball and stuff. That's all I'm saying. Alex Smith says he's half black from the... Oh, yeah? I don't know. Dak will be Vince Young. That would be great. My thing with Dak is I don't know. Do you think Dak has a better arm than McNabb? McNabb had a cannon. McNabb wasn't accurate. I don't know that I can say he has a better arm, you know. But I think McNabb had a big arm. McNabb had a huge arm, but McNabb wasn't accurate, you know. That was the problem with him. Stop Ezekiel. You stop the Cowboys. Yeah, stopping him is very hard. But if he gets suspended for the first couple games, guess what? He's stopped because he ain't playing. And that's 0-2 for the Cowboys. Vince Young got screwed when Jeff Fisher, coach, you aren't. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. As soon as Jared Goff got drafted and coach was what's his face, you knew he was in trouble. Giants stopped him twice last year. The Giants got the Cowboys' number, you know. I think they're in head. Young just got cut from the CFL team. Yeah, Young tried to come back too late. Is Eli the best quarterback ever in East, or is it Aikman? What? Is Eli the best in the East ever? No, not even close. From all the guys that I've ever seen out of the East, because I can't go back to the Sonny Jurgensen days and stuff. I didn't see them play. But, I mean, you probably have to give it to Aikman, right? Probably got to give it to Aikman. Although, the funnest guy, the guy who blew my mind the most was Randall Cunningham. And I love that guy. Vince was a head case. Man, you know, when he won that national championship game and the way he won it, when he got drafted, I thought, man, this guy's the real deal. I believe Vince Young was going to be one hell of a quarterback. And he actually played good like his first couple years. Best ever in the NFC East. No, it's Staubach, best ever in the NFC East. I don't think so. If Eli wins another Super Bowl MVP, his third, what would you say about him? Look, of all the Eagle fans and people who talk about, I give Eli his respect. I respect Eli for what he did. Okay, so if he won a third one at this point, it would not surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Would I say he's better than Troy Aikman? I don't know that I can say he's better than Troy Aikman. But you want to put their numbers side by side, we could, that would be interesting. But Aikman, I think, was, look, Eli, the one thing about Eli is he'll win the big game. What chance do you give us week 2 versus the Chiefs? Let's say there's no injuries, nothing like that going on. I'll say, 25% chance, 30% chance. I just think Kansas City is a really hard place to play. I just think it's a hard place. And really, there's a few stadiums that I want to go watch a game at. That's one of them. Before I die, I want to go there. I want to go to Green Bay. But I just think Green Bay Kansas City is hard to play. Flags kill us because Kelsey's undersized and he's always going off sides or starting early. Eagles reach NFC Championship and lose a close one at Atlanta. Wow. Holly, you really like the Eagles, man. You really think this is it. You think this is it. And I'm hoping you're right. I'd rather you be right than me be wrong. It's a lot funner. Dak, the best ever quarterback, NFC East Cowboys fan. Yeah, right? Kansas, no running back. Who are the running backs? Look, Kansas City, if you think you're going to go to Kansas City and win, I'm sorry. I can't buy that. I can't buy it. I just think it's hard to West and Ware are fine. For what Andy Reid's going to do, it's fine. You know, Andy Reid knows how. You think Andy Reid don't know what Doug Peterson's going to do? Brian Dawkins, Reed Palmer, who's better? Give me Brian Dawkins. And I know people don't want to hear it. I know Reed was really good. But look, Dawkins is the guy that made those guys become valuable. He changed the position because before then you had a free safety and you had a strong safety. And the big safety would come up, play the run. And then you had the other guy that would, like the free safety that would play the pass and stuff. Dawkins was interchangeable. He could do both. And you know what? Those kind of guys like Reed and Polamalu, they come around because Dawkins really set that in. If you look at the way Jim Johnson used Dawkins, he created that. That's why Dawkins is going to go in the Hall of Fame. Peters also had a problem on the line, but I think it was the old man. Yeah, Peters went off a lot off sides, you know. But, you know, did you ever see a center? Seriously, have you ever seen a center who literally, like had more bad snaps than Kelsey? Or go off sides, or like he just so undersized that he has to try to get leverage. So he's always trying. KC is like Seattle, great defense, and really loud saying, but those are the best areas. Yeah, look, I just think Kansas City. If the Eagles were playing Kansas City and Philly week 2, it would be Eagles. But I just think that's a hard place to play. Look, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Probably completely wrong. I probably got it backwards. I think Collins is the next generation of those type safeties like Reed. Maybe. I wanted Landon Collins. That was my #1 guy I wanted. Atlanta's offense is much better than Holly. Yeah. I think Atlanta, here's my thing with Atlanta. I think the Falcons are going to have a bad year. Now, when you lose the Super Bowl, a lot of teams that use the Super Bowl, they usually have that, like, next year they're not so good. They're just down all year. They have a down year. Atlanta, the way they lost that Super Bowl, they had no business losing. And I don't think they would lose that. If that game was played 99 more times, they wouldn't lose it one other time. I think that devastated Atlanta. I think it's going to throw Atlanta off this year. And I think Atlanta's going to struggle because of it. Because that's a hard Super Bowl. That's a hard loss to recover from. I was pissed off when Collins got stolen from. Yeah, I wanted Collins bad, you know. A lot of guys over the years that I wanted, and the Eagles never got. And a lot of guys from the Giants, too. We got quiet as steel. Yeah, the Falcons didn't know how to call plays. Yeah, I know. Even so, they should have won that game. Giants secondary is scary good. It's pretty good. Jim, have you been a Giant fan your whole life? We traded up for Collins. I don't remember. Did you trade up to win? He makes up for, yeah. I guess. Look, I wanted Collins. I thought that would have been a great pick for us. But hey, what are you gonna do? Since 1986, so you've been around for a while. You've seen it, right? You've seen the Super Bowls, and you've seen the Eagles beat the crap out of the Giants many times. How you feel about EDP? Don't know the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I heard he's a nice guy. I think that if you want to do a video and say what you want to say, then do it. But I don't, I have no problem with him either way. I don't watch a lot of his stuff. I've watched a couple reactionary videos, but that's about it. But nothing bad. Y'all seen all the 4 Super Bowls Giants. I saw them all. The Buffalo one was lucky. I mean, you got lucky that there's no way that guy should have missed that field goal. That was lucky, you know. The Giants won some Super Bowls. Yeah. But at least we kick your butt. I mean, at least we have that. When you don't have Super Bowls, that's what you have to look for. I've been hearing much hype and high expectations for Flowers this year. I'm just not buying into it. I don't buy into it either. Wide right, yeah. Well, the Falcons were coming from that Super Bowl loss. Kid Savage. I think they're going to struggle this year because of it. I think that's a hard thing to recover. And most NFC teams or AFC, it doesn't matter. Most Super Bowl losing teams usually struggle the next year. Eagles also have the best special teams in the NFL. Yeah, they do. Actually, right, did Denver lost the Super Bowl? Did they win the next year, or did they have to wait 2 years? Flowers is the worst pick we have in 21st centuries. LT was amazing. Yeah, he was very good. You know, he was the second best pass rusher behind Reggie White, though. Pass rusher. Pass rusher. Early Super Bowl. I don't have any yet. I'm, of course, swaying towards New England, but I don't have it yet. But I will be doing prediction shows and all that stuff. I'm going to start releasing every day my division winners in each division, then playoffs, and then Super Bowl. But we'll see. I mean, I got to be honest. I would like to see Oakland somehow beat New England in the Super Bowl, because I'm sick of seeing New England in the Super Bowl. I kind of just sick of it. But, you know, look, that's how good that team is, that quarterback is, that coach is. That's a great team. You can't complain about it at all. You know, they're a great team, and I hate it. Hate it. I'm sick of New England. You sick of New England? I mean, doesn't Boston win enough? Can't they give us some? When's our time? When do we win? When do we get to win? Eagles versus Raiders. I would love it, and we owe them one. AFC East is garbage. Pats in the playoffs every year. Yeah, but they beat the other teams too. I mean, it's not like they just get there. They beat everybody. No, because we beat New England. Giants fans. If the worst thing for the Patriots has to be playing the Giants in Super Bowl. If they play the Giants in Super Bowl, you know that's gotta mess with their head. If New England don't care, but if New England plays the Giants, they would have to feel like pressure, right? I mean, they would have to be like, no, not again, because it's just one of those weird things. Do you think the Cowboys will win one game against the Giants? I think the Giants are going to sweep Cowboys this year. I think the Eagles are going to sweep the Giants this year. I think the Cowboys are going to sweep the Redskins this year. Who's better, LeBron or Kobe? Explain why. I think LeBron is better. I don't know. I go back and forth on that. I would say LeBron because, truthfully, I just want somebody to be better than Jordan one day, and he's still got a chance. Giants don't get scared by Brady, and the Pats like other teams do. Yeah, you know, and Giants defensive end, they get pressure on Brady. That's always the big thing, you know. I hate to say it, Gregory. Michael Jordan is the greatest. I hate to say it because I hate Jordan. I hate him. I hate Jordan. And the Redskins will go 0-6 in the division. I think the Redskins going to win. I have my whole thing. I did the whole, somewhere over here. I got a whole thing for tomorrow on the NFC East. The Redskins have 2 wins, I think, this year in the division. Why do you hate Jordan? Because I was jealous of Michael Jordan. Because Michael Jordan took everything away from my Dr. J. Dr. J was the Michael Jordan of the NBA then. And he was older and he's getting retired and everybody loved him and it was our guy and he was our guy. And guess what happened? Michael Jordan came along and replaced him and I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't get over it. And I hate that stupid thing when he does with his tongue. And I hate that he would beat everybody in the playoffs. That's why, out of jealousy, pure jealousy. For some reason, we can't beat Washington. Yeah, if you look at the way the NFC is, you know, that's just the way it is. NFC East, teams will beat each other, and it doesn't matter what. Do you think Sean Taylor would have been better than Brian Dawson if he never got killed? I don't know. You know, it's hard for me to say that he would be better, but he would have. I think Sean Taylor had the talent to be. He had the potential to be. I think he had the potential to be a Hall of Famer. I think Sean Taylor was fantastic. I saw him play live a couple times. I think he was fantastic, he was. It was such a shame. Such a shame what happened to that guy. Are you no? Because we have a guy who's still better than LT. We have Reggie. Fly Eagles, fly. There you go. Sing it, baby. I love it. Eagles all the way. No, Michael Jordan was the greatest. I mean, look, the guy won a lot of titles, and he did it on the same team. You know, there's something to be said. Something to be said about that. Collins will never repeat what he did last year, in my opinion. I don't know. LT was better defensive player than White. Look, LT was a linebacker. He was a 3-4 linebacker. He would also play cover guys and stuff like that, but he was a pass rusher. When you're talking pure pass rusher, that's all I'm saying. When you talk a pure pass rusher, I'll take Reggie White any day of the week. I would. 21 sacks in 12 games is pretty good. And let me tell you something. Back in those days, and this includes LT too, you know, you had some good teams. You had some good teams. You had a Redskin team, but like, you think the Dallas Cowboys line was good last year? They got nothing on that Redskins Hogs line. That was a good offense. That's a Hall of Fame offensive line. And LT and Reggie White tore it up. White was a better player. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to. I won't argue all around. I think it's very hard to compare the two because of the position. But if you just give me pure pass rush, I think that's the only way we can compare the two. I take Reggie White. But, I mean, LT was also a linebacker. I mean, LT was great and he was scary. LT also had Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski, I think like half of it, he even thanked Ron Jaworski in the Hall of Fame, his Hall of Fame speech. It was that much. You know, it meant that much. The beating he gave him, too. My gosh. White has won. White won one with Green Bay, unfortunately. Will Wentz have 3 interceptions in a game next season? 3 interceptions in a game. I'm going to say he's going to have 3 interceptions in one game next year. But he won't go over 12 interceptions. Look, it also depends how the coach uses them. Because if Doug Peterson is playing his deke and dunk offense and not using Wentz the way he should, he might not. But if Wentz is getting the opportunity to be a gunslinger and fire it, there's a chance that might happen. But I still don't think he has more than 12 all year. That's what I think. I think he'll have 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,800 yards. LT beat the hell out of Joe Theismann, the Redskins. Yeah, he literally beat him so hard. I remember the crunch of the leg. When will you Giants fans shut up about LT and Reggie White? He thinks White was better. They can't deal with it, Spunky. It's like blasphemy for them. They can't deal with it. But it's the fact. Just look at the numbers, the sack numbers. I mean, you know, it is what it is. LT was a great defensive player. You want to say he's a better defensive player all around? I won't argue that. My Wentz prediction, 32 touchdowns, 11, 42. Kid Savage, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Like, I want to know, nobody's told me, who's the last second-year quarterback to throw over 30 touchdowns? That's what I want to know. But I moved to Arizona last year and watched a lot of Cowboys games. How can I expect my Eagles to beat them? Don't worry, they're going to beat them at least once. We're going to beat them, and we're not only going to beat them, but we're going to finish ahead of them. They're going to be in 3rd place. They're going to struggle. It's brutal. Dan Marino was the last. So that's pretty long ago, right? It's pretty hard to throw 30 touchdowns in your second year. So I don't think that would be amazing. I hope he does. To me, if Wentz throws 30-something touchdowns, I think he's got to be MVP or MVP candidate. Wentz's poison will look like a 10-year vet this season. I think Wentz is going to be a stud this year. I think he's going to struggle early. I think the whole team is. But I think he's going to have a very similar second year to like what Mariota did before he got hurt. Because Mariota was kind of tearing it up. You know what I mean? And he kind of figured it out. And I think that's what I'm expecting from Wentz. Now, Wentz reminds me a lot of Big Ben. Like a combination of Big Ben and Andrew Luck. Like a blend of them, I think. I do think he has that ability that Aaron Rodgers has where he can move in the pocket and buy time. He just needs to learn how to do that more. JPP and Vernon will crush Wendy Wentz. Well, see, here's the problem the Giants have. The Giants, they have good defensive ends. I don't think their interior is that great. But the Eagles got not great interior, but great tackles. And our tackles can shut you down. That's why we give you problems. One hand JPP is scary. JPP is a great player. He scares me, man. What's up, Philly 500, Joel Foles jersey? I like it. Dak Prescott is overrated. I'm hating. Dak Prescott is overrated, hating. No, I think he may be too. Do you think Kirk should stay in Washington after the way they treat him? No, I don't. I think he's gone. I think there's no chance in hell that he's going to re-sign with the Redskins after the year. Think about this, right? When you hear a quarterback saying, I'm not going to work a contract out with you guys now, but I'm open to it at the end of next year, to me that means he wants out. You're going to have to pay him a lot of money. You know, that's what I think. Kirk Cousins should go to Denver. That's a great chance for a Super Bowl title. Yeah, that would be an interesting place, really, because they have the team kind of already there. But I kind of do see the whole thing with Shanahan and going to San Francisco. That makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, Denver's not a bad situation. Cox and Dak are friends. Both went to Mississippi State. Cox was senior, Dak was a sophomore. That's great. So hopefully Cox can talk to him on the ground as he's on top of him, crushing his face in. Some people say White is better, but most say LT. I don't think it's a big deal. Just get over it, guys. The sauce. Look, when I talk about LT over Reggie, I'm only talking one aspect. I'm talking about being a pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So I would say, yeah. That's what I'm kind of talking about. You know, but it's just funny that the Giant fans, they can't believe it. It's like they're shocked. Like, how could anybody speak against LT? How can you do it? But the Giants fans, don't you remember? You guys wanted to trade him so many times. You wanted him gone. I remember listening to the radio going up to New York City, and on the way they would be talking about, gotta trade LT, gotta trade LT. The defense looked stout at times, and then when Lane left, the offense wasn't the same in spite of the bum receiver. Yeah, that's so true. I think the Lane Johnson suspension really hurt the Eagles. It really did, and I think Wentz looked very uncomfortable from that point on. I mean, it was a big loss for the Eagles. I have Lane Johnson probably is the third best player on their team. Who's your top 5 wide receiver in the game right now? In the game, you're putting me on the spot. We got Julio Jones. You got, well, I don't know if I could put them in order because, you know, I don't know if I could put them in order, but I would say, you know, I'm a big fan of Julio Jones. I really like Julio Jones. I like Antonio Brown. I think Odell Beckham's pretty good. I think Des Bryant's pretty good. I think the kid up at Green Bay's pretty good. The kid in Jacksonville. Honestly, who cares about the past players right now? It's 2000. It's shock to them. They're shocked. You know what I mean? They're shocked. You know? Should the Eagles resign Nigel Bradham? I don't know. I mean, what's he going to ask? The whole question with the Eagles, I just read a thing. I got a video, and I'll put it out later. It's about, I talked about it earlier, about Brandon Graham maybe getting cut to save money. But the Eagles will only have, they're saying the Eagles have like $1.7 million in cap space. Wentz was the deep yard rookie leader when Pocket was protected. Deep yard, I don't know. I mean, I think he threw like 5 yards a throw. Get over him thinking Reggie White was better. It's his opinion. It's not, yeah, and it's reality. The numbers say that Reggie White was a better pass rusher. Hopkins wasn't that good last season. No, but the quarterback stunk too. You know what I mean? Think about that. The quarterback stunk. Do you think the Cowboys make the playoffs this year? I do not think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. I think the Cowboys are going to finish in third. What number does Graham have to put this year? What numbers does Graham have to put this year? I think Graham, Leo, I think Graham needs double-digit sacks. I think he needs 10 sacks. It's time to have 10 sacks. You can get close to the quarterback only so many times. It's time to get close. It's time for 10 sacks. What's your top in the NFC in order from 5? In order from 5 to 2? Odell, well, from 5 to 2. So you want me to go backwards? I don't know who I think I don't. Let's say okay. Let's say Sterling Shepard. Let's say Sterling Shepard. Brandon Marshall. I'm just throwing out there. Alshon Jeffrey, Des Bryant, and then Odell Beckham. So it's your opinion, but it's not reality. Okay. What part isn't reality? Do you think Zach Ertz is the answer long term for the Eagles? I do not. I do not think that Zach Ertz is the answer long term or short term because he hasn't shown me that he could do it. And when he shows me he can do it, I'll believe it. But I put my butt on the line talking him up last year. I told everybody he was going to be the guy with the breakout year, and I got burnt. I'm not getting burnt by Zach Ertz anymore. So I'm going to say this. I do not think Zach Ertz is ever going to break out. But I hope I'm wrong. He's got a lot of talent, but he's got to prove it to me. I can't just say, oh, this is the year, this is the year. He's got to show me this year. I want to see it. I'm rooting for him. Does any football expert or any sports talk host? I don't know. He's over the top favorite of all. Zach Ertz did come clutch sometimes. When I just don't remember any games that mattered that he came up clutch. You can remind me. Matt Collins will be the next Jordy Nelson. You heard it. I would love that. We could use a Jordy Nelson type guy. I would love it. OBG turned 7-yard slants to 80-yard touchdowns. NFL has seen a guy like this. Yeah, I'm a fan of Odell Beckham. I mean, besides the things that he does that bother the fans and stuff like that, I think he's a stud. I think he's a stud. I think he can turn, like you said, a 7-yard slant to a touchdown. That is very hard to have, and that is very important. I wish we had somebody that could take a 2-yard pass and go for a touchdown. That's what I like. That's what I like about him. You know what I mean? Zach Ertz is so overrated. I had him in fantasy for a while, and he's killed me too. Believe me, I had him in Dynasty League. You ever play Dynasty League where you have to have contracts and you have a draft, and every year you have a draft and you keep the players under contract? Jarvis Landry is like Eli, in my opinion. Besides speed and one, I like Jarvis Landry, but yeah, I like Jarvis Landry a lot. Who cares? He performs. Who performs? I miss who we're talking about. But I would say definitely Odell Beckham's a stud. I think Jarvis Landry's pretty good too. I wanted the Miami coach. That's who I was hoping we would get. Do you think we would have won a Super Bowl if we had drafted Russell Wilson in 2011? No, I don't, because I don't think Russell Wilson was the reason that Seattle won. They won because of that defense. Russell Wilson was a good young quarterback that didn't make mistakes. And he was, he's developed, in my opinion, to a premier quarterback now. But at that time, he wasn't a premier quarterback. That defense was sick. Defense wins championships, except for last year. They didn't win any championships last year, but the offense did. Do you think the Legion of Boom is over? Yeah, I think their best years are over. I think what they were is over. I think so. I think they're on the other side of it. You know what I mean? It's like the Phillies in 2010. Yeah, I think they're over. I definitely think they're over. But it'll be interesting. Patriots had a great defense last year. Yeah, but I'm talking about specifically the game, right? That game was not a defensive game. That was the game you had to come back from. So they needed their offense to bring them back to that game. Most of the time, defenses are going to win championships. Ertz did have back-to-back 800 yards with two different... Yeah, but most of those yards came in December. You Ertz guys, I just don't understand what... Ertz is good, not Gronk. You have to understand his production his production is phenomenal. There's a lot... I don't understand the Ertz love. I don't get it. I gotta tell you. I mean, he doesn't come up big in the big games. And part of it is they haven't been in any big games. So maybe that's what he has to do. But I don't know. Ertz falls away for long periods of time without doing nothing. You forget he's even there. Atlanta lost that game. New England didn't win it. Yeah, but New England had to score. They had to do things to win it. I mean, you can't just say their defense shut Atlanta down. I like him because my fantasy name was my ball. There you go. Well, I understand that, Sauce. That changes everything. Ertz is a stud. Just look at his... We should have drafted OJ and traded Ertz for a pick. Leo, that's what I wanted to trade Ertz for Brandon Cooks. And then, look, it just would have worked out that OJ Howard fell to us. He was out for 6 games last year. He was. How many other games the year before? Hasn't he been hurt a lot? Eli said that he wants to keep playing for a while. That's good. I think he should, because I think Eli's got like 2 years left at most. And then he's going to stink. You know, he's going to stink. And that's that. And when that happens, then that happens. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, though. I think the Giants have a 2-year window that could shut very quickly. Who in the NFC South? Very interesting. Now, you might be expecting me to say Atlanta, but I'll tell you I don't have Atlanta winning. But I have a video coming out. Every day this week, I'm going to release a new video on my division predictions. I like that, Eagles. Eli looked like he lost weight in camp and worked out a lot off-season. That's great, Jim Bean. That's great for him. Do you think Tom Brady will play for 5 years? I'll tell you one thing. Tom Brady looks like he can. He looks like he can. I mean, I have to think at some point he's going to get old. You know, it happens, and it can happen quick. But as of right now, why not? He looks like he can. I hope Eli plays until he's 50. Me too, Spunky. Me too. More interceptions, more beatings, all of that good stuff. See, the Giants, the fans of the Giants, they know they have 2 years left, and then you're going to be trash. You're going to be trash for like 8 to 10 years. You're going to be trash. You're going to have no quarterback. You're going to be bottom feeders, the New York Giant bottom feeders. Brady will play to 45. Have you seen the dude's diet? Yeah, I saw something on it. I didn't see it specific, but I heard somebody talking about it the other day. That dude may be able to play at 45. He looks like he isn't slowing up at all. You know, he's smart too, that guy. With no second, Eli can just throw the ball. You Giant fans are delusional. Man, I thought that the Cowboys were the most delusional fans ever. Then I thought the Eagles fans were probably second. But the Giant fans are giving it a run for the money. You guys are on crack. Don't do crack. Gregory Chimenti, okay, put down the crack. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Too much crack. You guys aren't that good. Look, you may win a division. You'll be surprised where I even have you probably in my prediction show. But I don't know if you're winning Super Bowl. I just know the Giants have a 1 year to 2 year window, and then it's over for them. Then it's over. Then you're going to have no quarterback. And when you have no quarterback, it's over for you until you get another quarterback. It could take you a long time. But the Eagles got a young kid. We're just getting started. Giants fans swear that Eli is better than Peyton. Eli is not better than Peyton. I'm sorry. Not even close. Okay? Not even close. You know, Peyton, the only thing you're going to say about Peyton is he failed in the playoffs. He failed in the big games. He didn't win enough championships. All may be true, but Peyton Manning is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen. You know? Eli said 70 to 50. Jeez. I love that. That would be... T-Bates, is that... What year? Eli is better than Peyton in the playoffs. That's it. Well, maybe if he gets another Super Bowl, but he hasn't won. He only won 2. Peyton only won 2. Your offensive line is trash. Our defensive line will have a feast. Yeah, we will. Eli got lucky twice. I don't know if I could say lucky because it's so hard. To do what they did was so hard, though. Eli, more like 40 to 50. Oh, you think he's going to get 40 touchdowns? You're crazy. You guys are delusional. Man, I think all that New York pollution is getting into your ears. No way. No way. No way he's that good. Malcolm Jenkins eats Eli Manning's with his eyes. Yeah, he does. If the Giants want to beat the Eagles, this is what they got to do. They got to come out and throw. You got to throw. You know what I mean? Say thanks to Bitter Birds for me. I learned about your channel from your collab. Oh, cool, Ryan. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Look at the talent around him. Best talent since 08. Yeah, they are. Yeah, definitely. You're still on. I'm still on. As long as people keep wanting to talk, I'll keep talking. This is the only channel I'm subscribed to. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Scott. Eli is carried by his defense for the regular season. Then he rips it in the playoffs. Yeah, look, the one thing you can say about Eli Manning is that he comes up big. You know what I mean? Are you going back on Bitter Birds Intensive? Whenever I'm invited, I'll go, you know. I told Bitter Birds, anytime, just let me know. O-line is trash, no run game. Yeah, want to say I appreciate you pumping content during the offseason. Love your video. Thank you, I appreciate you watching. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, there's always the draft. Then there's always, you know, other sports and that kind of thing. A lot going on. I will admit, though, like, for me, for my channel, it's been kind of, like, this week has been kind of, like, slow. I think it's just that dead time right now before season starts. But it's all good. I like all of it. I like interacting. I like putting out videos. I like talking to people. It's fun, you know. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. It's really cool, you know. So it'll be interesting. This is the boring part of the NFL. Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is really, really boring. This is where, you know, this is where Cowboys get arrested. Both Super Bowls, Eli had game-winning drive. Yeah, that's true, Jim. Where will you and the Eagles be in 30 years? Any playoff games? 1 week until, I know, 1 week until training camp, right? And I'll be so excited. And I'll watch all the training camp stuff on Eagles, you know, their website and all this stuff. And then seriously, by day 2, I'm just like, oh, I need the preseason. When's the preseason going to get here? I need the preseason. Then the preseason first game comes, and I'm like all happy. I'm just glad it's preseason. I don't care. And then, like, after the first drive, I'm like, when is the regular season? I can't stand this preseason anymore. I need the regular season. When is it coming? And that's what happens all the time. But I'll take training camp. Do you think Sidney Jones should play it all this year? I don't. I think it's an opportunity for Sidney Jones to just learn. Watch how professionals conduct themselves, like Malcolm Jenkins. Watch game tape. Watch the game. Learn those kind of mental things, and get your Achilles healed. And then next year you come and worry about playing. Just think about it. A guy coming back from Achilles is going to be worried about Achilles. He comes back on the field. Now he's trying to play in a new game, a new league that's a lot faster. I think you're asking too much of him. I'm not. That's all right. That's all right. You know, that's what I think. So, you know, I'll tell you what. We'll do like 10 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. You know, I didn't like Jordan Matthews is in the slot or on my team. He's too slow for me. Maybe he's the James Trash. Yeah, boy, that guy really. Thing with James Thrash was I believe Eric Moulds, wide receiver, I think he was a Buffalo at the time or something. I think he was a free agent, and he was a Pro Bowler, and the Eagles didn't even try. We should sign Darrelle Revis on a cheap deal and as a mentor. Yeah, a lot of people think that. I don't know. I mean, I think Revis seemed pretty old last year. But look, one thing is the Eagles are signing everybody one-year deals. I am very worried. I am very worried about the corners for us. Joe Namath had put a curse on the Jets for attorney, don't you think? It seems like it, but, you know, the Jets, man, you ever watch, like, go back and watch a 30 for 30 in the 1983 draft. I think it was the 83. It was with Marino, and it was with John Elway, and the Jets just do the wrong thing all the time. That's the problem with the Jets. They always do the wrong thing. The fans know what they're to do, and they do the wrong thing. Haters gonna hate. I don't hate, buddy. I don't hate. Do you think Alshon gets a contract extension? I think that I'm not sure, because I'm hoping he does, and I think the Eagles should try to do it before they get to the offseason. I think if he gets to free agency, there's no chance he comes back. Happy birthday, one of your daughters. I think, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. She appreciates that too. Thank you. You know, she's definitely appreciate that. All right, prime time. Take care, buddy. Thanks for joining. 1 year and the Jets had Warren Sapp on the board, and every Jets. Yeah, I know. It seems like to me the Jets fans know more about the team than the people drafting. You can say that for a lot of years. I've seen that happen with the Jets, and the fans know it. And we knew it, and the announcers knew it, and everybody knew it. It was brutal. I mean, it was really, really brutal. But what are you going to do, right? All right, any more questions? We'll do 2 more. And Nelson, yeah, I feel bad for the Jets fans, but I also feel bad for the Redskin fans too. Can we beat the Cardinals or Seahawks? I mean, we can. I don't think anything's impossible in the NFL. I think that the Cardinals seem to always beat us, and I think that they have enough of an offense that they scare me. I just got this feeling that they're going to beat us. You know what I mean? Banner, what's up, Banner? Eli's probably, yeah, look, Eli has come up big when it counted. If you could get any center in the league, who would it be? Any center in the league. Give me the Dallas center, the best center in the league. Eagles go 16-0, or Pouncey maybe. Zachary is still available. Yeah, I know. Zachary Orr is still available. I thought about that the other day, Holly. I haven't heard anything about him. That's not a good sign, right? That's bad. Maybe he didn't pass a physical. Good night, T. Bates. I won't be a dingbat. I'll be the king dingbat. I'll be the king dingbat because that's what I am, king dingbat. But hey, I'll be pumping out the videos. Tomorrow I got 2 videos. I got videos all week on division predictions. I'll be predicting all the divisions in the playoffs. So we're going to have some stuff going on. We're going to be getting ready for the season. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. All right, so Eagles quarterback needs a good supporting cast. Every quarterback, yeah, they do. You're not going to win it all by yourself. That's true. Not in the NFL. NFL is the ultimate team game. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Ryan Matthews is more talented than Blunt, just injury prone. Well, that's a big deal though. Being injury prone is a big deal. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll talk to you later. Take care, and don't be a dingbat.